Hi, my name is Ivy Starnes, and I'm a gaited horse trainer in Fort Worth, Texas. Today, we are talking about how to add energy to the lazy horse. And yes, it's a bit of a misnomer because I don't believe that horses are necessarily lazy. It's more a horse either doesn't understand what you want or is not motivated to do it. Now, you might be like, well, if they're not motivated to do it, it means they're lazy. Well, maybe, but I think calling a horse lazy to me feels like we're calling them a name, like a bad name, saying, oh, that horse is just lazy. Like it makes an excuse and takes the burden off of the rider. Horses are who they are, and they're not malicious. They don't have hidden motivations. They're very honest. So if they don't want to do something, it's because they don't see a reason to. And so, as the rider, it becomes our job to motivate the horse to do whatever it is we're asking for them to do. In this case, we're asking for more energy, or in very, very basic terms, we're asking them to increase their forward movement, whether that's a little bit or a lot. I'm going to explain to you the very basic idea of how we add energy, and then I'm going to show you a video that we filmed of a horse in a clinic last year. And it's not a dramatic video. It's about 15 minutes long, and it's a couple clips from the same day, and it's not dramatic. There is an obvious change between the beginning and the end, including changes in the gait, but it is not this overwhelmingly, look what happened in 20 minutes video. That's because training rarely looks like that. It does occasionally, and when it does, it's very, very exciting, but not always. And I want you to remember when you go work with your horse that first time, it likely won't look very dramatic. There'll be good changes, and it might not be exciting, but those changes will be good, and then the next day you'll build on them, and you'll build on them again and again. And that's what's really cool about training, is that it builds. You don't have to have it perfect or dramatically change the first day or the first couple of days. So you may disagree with how I'm going to teach this, but my challenge is for anybody that needs a horse to give more energy, whether it's energy at the walk, energy at the gait, to try this for a few days, this technique, and see if it doesn't help. And if it doesn't help, try something else. That's really okay. But if you don't give this a try, how will you know if it's going to help or not? Laura asks, will this method work with a crow hopping horse? The problem is, why is the horse crow hopping? Is the horse crow hopping because he doesn't understand forward? Then you might be better off working on the ground. If your horse is crow hopping because there's pain, obviously, that's something else that we have to address. Like, that's not going to be fixed by using this. This can help a horse learn how to go forward without you kicking him, but it won't fix the underlying problem of the crow hopping. But that's a good question. So we have Linda says hi from Minnesota. Crystal says hi from Arkansas. Linda says hi. Rachel says hi from Australia. Thanks for the topic. Thank you for tuning in, Rachel. Jody says hi from Indiana. Troy says, I think I need this. Chrissy says hello. Hey, Chrissy. Ellen says hello from Alberta. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So here's the basic technique, and then we'll watch the video. You have a horse, and you feel like you're nagging them with your legs, or you have to always ride with a crop, or you have to ride with spurs. Here's how I train. I ride with a crop and not spurs. We talked about that in a previous video. What I do is from a halt or the walk, which is usually where you have trouble, or at the gate, you can pick any speed to start this. You have two options. You're going to give a verbal cue, like a walk on, whatever your choice is, and then you're going to gently squeeze with your legs. And when I say legs, you're going to squeeze with your calves, not your thighs. If you're not sure where your calves are, please go Google it. Don't use your heels. If the horse moves forward or increases their energy or their speed even a little bit, stop and praise, and stand there for 30 to 60 seconds. That's step one. Now, let's say your horse does not increase speed. That's when you would stop squeezing with your legs and you would tap hard with the crop, usually the shoulder or the hip. If you're worried about your horse crow hopping or bucking, the shoulder is a good option. Tap hard enough that your horse goes forward. Make sure you don't pull on the reins. When your horse does this and goes forward or adds energy, stop and praise. Very simple. When they do what you ask, then you can go ahead and stop and praise. This tells the horse they did the right thing, and it shows them that that when they go forward or when they give you energy or speed, you're going to stop and praise. This then becomes the motivation. They learn that you're not just going to ask for speed and then kind of ignore them, or that you're going to ask for speed and keep asking for more and more, and they're going to give all this work and they're tired. You're going to ask for speed, they're going to give it to you, you're going to stop and praise, and they get relief. They get rest. They get a break, and they're like, oh, well, if you're going to give me a break and be reasonable, I'll do that again. It actually does work. That's all it is. Trish says hi from Central New York. Sue says hi from Minnesota. Roger and Loretta are Gated Mule Rider in Gun Barrel City, Texas. Hey, guys. Lisa says, what about an already forward horse? Well, Lisa, really briefly, if you have a forward horse already, what you need to do is go back and watch some of my other videos, say, on how to get your horse to slow down. Chrissy said, so in terms of operant conditioning, would the crop be negative reinforcement pressure? Yes. So this would be negative reinforcement, where we take away, that's the negative part, we take away something to get them to do it again. So once the horse goes forward, we take away that pressure. That's the negative part, because we want them to repeat it again. That's the reinforcement. And so the big thing that actually trains this is not necessarily the crop. The big thing that gets the horse to do what you want is that they stop and praise. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. This video is already 7 minutes long, and this video we're going to watch is about 15 minutes long. Feel free to keep asking questions. I might pause it and answer some. So let's go ahead, take a look, and know that this is training. This isn't a fix it in 5 minutes kind of a thing. This might fix it in a few sessions, and you can always go back and do a refresher. There we go.
Okay, so the goal is to get him to move forward. Good. And not canter, and not canter. To go into gait easily, without cantering, and not walking. Okay, well, we don't want the canter. You know he likes to canter? I've had some horses that they love to canter. Good, and whoa. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to worry about his gait at all. We're just going to, if he moves off nicely, we're going to stop and praise. Good job. So I'm going to do a little cluck, little squeeze. Good. Okay, so there, I didn't have to use the crop at all. So I'm going to stop and praise for that, right? And a lot of times, it's like everything else. People will be like, I want to go faster, not keep stopping. But if you're like, okay, Ivy, I don't know if this will work, but I will give it 3 days. And I will see if there's an improvement. We'll ride for 20 minutes in the pasture or wherever, and we will stop and praise when he speeds up. You will find you don't have to, he's going to change. But you just have to kind of give it, a few days to work. Good job. So we're just walking, not asking with my leg to go faster. Good. And whoa, that was very nice. I'll give you a treat for that one. There you go. It's not a peppermint one, but it's a different one. Good job. Good. You can eat it more or just hold it in your mouth. Good, very nice. So I'm going to show you another technique, and I'll be videoing it, so this will be good. So there is another way you can ask a horse to go forward, and this is especially helpful with horses like this. And I don't get into it because it's different than how most people ask. So most of us, we do a little squeeze with our calves. Some of these horses are very sensitive. All you have to do is do a little cluck. But if you have horses that are reluctant to go forward, sometimes that squeeze, it doesn't mean anything. So what I do is I wrap my legs around, so see how my legs are touching, and then I open them. At the same time, I cluck, right? I cluck. I didn't use the whip at all. It's like an energy. So you're sitting, you're ready to go forward, your legs are touching you, and you're like, and he just walks forward. Good boy. That's good. Good job. And it's easier to get in movement, like once you're already moving, than to get it from the halt, but he did it. And I didn't squeeze, I didn't kick. You open your legs. And it's an abrupt, you don't just do it slowly, and you do it while you're like, go, right? You want him to go. Good boy. And it's not that he wouldn't go if I squeezed him, but I was finding that when I asked him to go forward, here you go, and I opened my legs, he did it very nicely. He just went. And if we can get him good at that, we can also go back to teaching him to up with a squeeze. But we need him to go, oh, this is what they want. They're going to reward me for this. Good job. Here you go. He's uh-huh.
Just to balance that out when he's skating. And I didn't, he'll get his head high, but he'll carry it out there just a little above vertically, horizontal.
Yeah.
So is he allowed to carry it higher because he's got a long back, or is that fiction?
That's BS.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's totally false.
Okay.
Actually, because he has a longer back, the lower head is better, because with a long back, he needs to have really strong muscles or he's going to get very sway backed. And to do that, to start, we want to have that head down. So.
And if you see him without tack, he's shockingly long.
Yeah, I believe you. So we want the head lower because he's got a longer back. So sorry, yes, no, good. Good. You did not? No, good. You brought up the question. That was really good. Good. So again, to go forward, I'll do a little squeeze, because he knows that from the halt. Good. He sped up a little. Good. Good job. And whoa, good. So again, I'm trying to do it so I don't have to be squeezing all the time and using the crop. Yep. Good. I'll probably be opening my leg. I'll probably ask him with a little squeeze. If that doesn't work, I'll open my legs. Because I want him to because you put other people on him, right? I want to be able just to have him go with a light squeeze. So a little squeeze there. Just good. Good. So there, he went forward pretty easily. I'm not squeezing hard either. And then he slowed down. So then I squeezed again, and then he slowed down, and then I squeezed again, and then he held it longer. So that's when I stopped and praised. Good job. Nice. There you go. No canter. Good. Nice job. So there was a little bit of energy. So we stop and praise for that. And he's like, oh, okay, I don't have to always keep going and going and going. That's good, Amy. We may need to do a little. Good. Right there, you ignored my leg, so that's when I tapped. Good.
Okay, sorry. I hate when it does this. So, Crystal's question is, what if they easily go but slow down instantly from that speed back to their original speed? So it's kind of the same thing. What you need to do is ask them to speed up. Remember, you don't nag them with your legs or the crop. Back it up with the crop if you need to, But if they hold it, so let's say they only gait 20 steps and you get them to gait 25 steps, don't ask for 50. Stop and praise with 25. Does that make sense? Like, so it's really important that you're not asking for more than the horse is comfortable giving you yet, whether because they aren't motivated to do it or because they don't understand. It's up to you to help them and to praise them before they go so far that they make a mistake. I hope that makes sense. Sorry for the little audio issue right there. Let's see. And then let's see. I know we can't hear. Let's see. I fixed that. Danae says, what kind of treat bag am I using? I'm using the Pocket Plus, which I have done a video on. You can ask me for it later, but you can also go find them. It's the extra large, which I really like, but you do need a belt with it. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. Also notice in the videos that I am stopping and praising. Sometimes I use food, sometimes I don't, but I stop and let the horse stand there, and I usually answer questions during that time. If you don't hear audio, it's because I'm being quiet in the video. He has an itch. I'll let him itch.
Good. Good. So I did not have to squeeze him one time that whole time around. So I mean, I don't know if that's progress or not. Okay. Good boy. Very nice.
Okay, I do want to go back to one thing. So Chrissy's comment here is, she says, good point. Don't always have to use food for R+, or clicker training, or positive reinforcement. Yes, that's true. You do not always have to use treats, but it needs to be something that the horse wants. So stop and praise is not positive reinforcement per se. You could use scratches, you could use food, or other things that the horse likes added for positive reinforcement. I'm sometimes using food, which is just to help the horse learn and is not, it is kind of operant conditioning, but not because I'm not really using a good bridge signal. But that stop and praise is when the horse takes time to learn and process why you're stopping him and think about everything that we're working on. All right, we'll keep going. Only 4 minutes left.
Good boy. Good, wait. Yeah, and I'm trying not to let him do it. I'm glad he has the energy, so I'm not trying to stop him quickly, like to punish him, but I don't want him to do that. And it's, yeah.
And yes, this horse is pacing, but while I'm working on energy, I don't mind too much. But you'll see in just a minute, I start working on the gait. See how much more energy he has? And I'm not squeezing and nagging.
Good. Nice job. Good boy. I want to see you have just a little bit of that gait though next time. So we're going to walk here and, nope, just right into the pace. But good boy. Easy. Good, nice. Good slow down. All right, Amy, that's good. Okay, so if you don't mind.
Jump ahead, just a couple minutes, still the same day.
So walking, nice and relaxed. Good, almost a gait there, that was really good. Nice job.
So I left this in because I wanted you to see where the horse was at. So this is a few minutes later, we worked on some head down. Now combining that energy forward along with the head down, and we start to see some good steps. Here's what to look for. Look for the horse to step under with his hind end, especially if you go back and compare it with the earlier videos. Then also look for that head nod to start coming through. He starts to really start to use his head nod, and that came from energy and head down alone. That's all we did with him.
It was a little pokey to get into it, so if he did that again, I'd probably go ahead and tap him with the crop. It wasn't bad, but to get him into a good gait, he kind of needs, what?
For one step, his head went.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a little bit of a pace there. There it was, good. Yes. A little bit of a trot. And there's the gait right there. And whoa, good job. Good job. So again, if he gets into the trot because you're doing head down, it's not a big deal. Because for him, you just have to lift the reins a little bit and he will get right out of it. Because the trot isn't like his main, his main gait. Good job. That was really good. Good, good, very nice. So he started out good, and then his head slowly came up, and so he got a little pacey right there at the end. Good job. Good. A little bit pacey, it's like a stepping pace. Get that head down so the head's coming up. Yes, right there. Good, nice. So you get the head down a little bit and you get that energy, he'll probably just go right into gait. Good job. Yeah. Try one more the other direction, and then it'll be good. So today, to the left has been easier for him. May not matter if you're like on a trail, but if we're riding, we'll see if we can do it to the right at all. All right, here we go. And so he went right into the pace to the right. Walk. We're going to try again. Nope, right into the pace. So when I have that happen where a direction is easier, when I'm working on the gait, I'll stick with the easier direction. Almost. Get a little bit pacey. Yes. Very nice. Good boy. So it's interesting. To the right, he's having a really hard time getting out of the pace. To the left, he's figuring it out. So we kind of stick with that.
So there you go. That is how you add energy. And then you also get to see a little bit of what happens when you have the energy and you have the head down. You start to see that head nod come through, that hind end starts to step under. And like I said, this horse doesn't show you a huge dramatic result, though I have had that in 10 minutes with horses before. The trick is when you ask for speed, whether because your horse won't go in it or won't stay in it, if they give you just a tiny bit more, a couple steps more, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, or they give you a little bit of energy, people just ask for more and more energy. Just stop and praise. Literally, it will work. I had somebody ask me about how do I get a horse gait faster, and I said, ask for a little bit of faster gait, like just a little bit faster, and if they do it, stop and praise, and then repeat that for a few days, and they'll get faster. And they said, I don't think that's going to work. And I'm trying to remember who was. Somebody on here commented that they were skeptical that would work, but they did it, and they said it was really hard to stop and praise, but their horse started gaiting faster just because they did that stop and praise. So remember, it's either your horse doesn't know it or isn't motivated to do it. Same thing. So for example, let's say your dog will come in the house when you call. You say, I'll use my dog's name, Cloud, come. In the house, he comes all the time, every time. And let's say we go outside. Let's say right in our yard. When I call him, he comes, okay? You're like, great, my dog knows it. But let's say he's outside and he sees a squirrel and he runs to the squirrel and you say, come. And he, of course, doesn't come. Well, in my case, my dog, he runs after the squirrel. Why does he do that? It's because the squirrel is more reinforcing, more interesting than what happens when he comes to you when you say the word come. So let's say the horse, it's hot out, you squeeze your legs, nothing, the horse doesn't go anywhere. It's because he's not motivated, to go forward. Even if he theoretically knows it, he doesn't have that motivation to do it for you when you ask every time. Now, get him on the trail where the other horses are leaving him. Of course, he goes forward. He has plenty of motivation to chase after the other horses, but he may not have motivation to go forward when it's hot or you're in the arena. But that's simply training. Just training. And it's very, very simple. Just stop and praise. Chrissy mentions her dog Penny. Same thing. Yeah, sorry about the sound issues. We got it all fixed. And hopefully that answers some people's questions. I know it's not a super interesting topic. A lot more of us have horses that have more go than whoa, but this works even if you're trying to get a faster speed or if you have a horse that's a little bit less motivated by your legs. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please share this video. Please comment if you have any questions, and I hope this helps you. Let me know how it has helped you, or any of these things if they've helped you. I love hearing those testimonials. Stay tuned for next week's live videos early in the week. Thank you guys so much. Have a good weekend. You got this.